Fat Boy Fitness Journey, second weigh-in. 235.2. Good morning, YouTube. Joe Sticks, Fat Boy Fitness Journey Vlogs. Today, went full-blown keto. I know what you're gonna say, Joe, but that's a lot of fat. Hey, you can burn fat by eating fat. It's no different than burning fat by eating carbs. Or can you burn fat by eating carbs? Because I sure in the hell couldn't. Anyways, I'm gonna show you what I'm having for breakfast this morning. Just a moment. We have eggs, 4 whole eggs, 3 real pieces of pork bacon. That is not ketchup on my eggs. That right there is sriracha. Anyways, guys, that is what I'm having for breakfast right now, and I have started keto. I have been weaning myself from carbohydrates all week. That way I could get down to eating plain, just straight keto. I have a better, I lose weight better eating ketogenic. And it's not just the water weight that you lose initially, because I really don't lose a lot of water weight because my carbohydrates are generally kept between 100 and 150 grams of carbohydrates when I'm on a maintenance. So I really do not retain a whole lot of water unless I do a full-on carb day, which I can actually gain up to 6 pounds after doing so. I've been doing this for a while, guys. I've done a vegan diet, I've done a pescatarian diet, I've done a vegetarian diet, and I've done this diet. Keto diet is the only diet that I found that actually works for me properly, and it's only because I'm very insulin resistant, guys. If I start eating a lot of carbs, I'll blow up like a balloon again. I did it once before. I lost a lot of weight on a ketogenic diet, but I didn't do it right. As soon as I came off of it, I ate carbohydrates again, not knowing what my body really needed, and I blew back up, guys. I went from 216 pounds all the way back up to 320 plus pounds that I wound up having to later go back and drop it all off again, and I'm finally back down to 235.2, which is where you guys just seen the weigh-in, 235.2. So I lost a total of 1.8 pounds this week, and I did that all while being sick. Wasn't able to work out a lot, guys, because I was running fever, respiratory infection, all in my chest and my head. I still got some after effects from it. My nasal passages are stopped up, having to constantly blow my nose. But I was able to start doing a cardio again yesterday. Today is Friday, so it happens. We went out Saturday. I took the kids out trick-or-treating to a place that had, it's like a safe zone for kids to go trick-or-treating at. And came back the next day, Sunday, started feeling a little weird. And by Monday, it was full-blown sickness for everybody. We was all sick, guys. So we pretty much had to deal with that all week. And yes, I've lost 1.8 pounds this week, even while being sick. So that's still a pretty good little loss this week, guys. I'm hoping for more next week. Like I said, I won't lose a whole lot of water weight because I initially did not eat that many carbs to begin with, and I weaned myself off of carbs all week this week. So what is the ketogenic diet? It's basically a diet where you eat high fats, moderate protein for me anyway, and very, very low carbohydrates, around 30 grams of carbohydrates a day. That's net grams. That is minus fiber. For instance, if you eat 50 grams of carbohydrates and 20 grams of those were fiber, you subtract the 20 grams of fiber, and then you got 30 grams of carbohydrates. So that's pretty much what I do. I try to keep my carbohydrates, all carbohydrates, under 30 grams, and I try to get around 20 net grams. But if I go to 30 to 40, it's perfectly fine for me. I really don't really see an issue with that. But, it's a target for me to hit that 30 grams. My protein needs to be between 135 and 167. And it's very easy with a meat-based diet, meat and eggs, to keep your, protein levels within that. Because if you go too much, there's this thing that can cause your protein to be transferred or turned into glycogen, and there you're defeating the whole purpose of the ketogenic diet when you do that. Some people will need more protein. Depends on if you're, you know, very athletic, etc. Your protein needs are going to be different for everybody. Everybody's protein needs are different. The ketogenic diet is not a one-size-fits-all diet, guys. I'm not here to say you need to do this, you need to do this. No, no. You know, like I said, I've tried every diet. I've tried the vegan, I've tried pescatarian, vegetarian, you know, those types of diets. I've tried them all, and I've done them right. I weigh everything, and I limit oils very, very sparingly with any oils and stuff like that, guys. I'm just very insulin sensitive. I always have been. Ever since I was a little kid, I got fat. I mean, I got 180 pounds at 13 years old, guys. So by the time I was 16 years old, though, I started dropping the weight off. Because, you know, I wasn't sitting at home where mom was making mashed potatoes and gravy and biscuits and fried chicken and stuff all the time. So, you know, when you mix them carbohydrates with fat, and that's what carbs does, it boosts your insulin or sends out insulin or something like that. I don't know the entire science about it, but I know the gist of it. And insulin will cause your body to store fat because it doesn't have any place to put the glycogen at. But anyways, I'm gonna finish off this here meal, and I may be back later with my other meals for you guys, so you can see a full day of eating on a ketogenic diet. But like I said, do not take this diet and use it until you do your research with it and ask your doctor about it. I didn't ask my doctor, but my doctor knows. She knows. She told me it's working for me. That's fine. If it works for you, that's fine. If vegan diet works for you, that's fine. I enjoy the vegan diet because I love them carbs, but it didn't work for me. It made me fat as hell. I gained 25 pounds on it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to eat. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you shortly. Sriracha. It makes everything better. Okay, guys, so I just got through completing my workout. I basically did a full body routine. I did a 5x5 today, full body routine. I normally don't do that, but I was really wanted to hit every muscle group today because I missed so many workouts this week from being ill. The workout took about an hour, and I'm getting ready to have my post-workout meal. Let me show you what I'm getting ready to eat, guys. Oh, what do we have here? Oh my gosh, what is this? Smells so good. Oh, no, not for me, guys. Not for me. That's my wife and kids. They're having potatoes and carrots. She's gonna put the potatoes in later. And that's what they're having, is crock pot. Anyways, this is what I'm having. Green leaf, red leaf, lettuce. There's exactly 90 grams of that there, guys. There is one package of pink salmon on top of that. And I've got some vinaigrette. Well, not really. It's olive oil. It's a half a serving of olive oil with some apple cider vinegar in there. And I also threw some pepper and a little salt and some garlic powder in there to give it a little extra boost in flavor. I'm gonna pour that on top of this. And I've got one little mozzarella cheese stick right here to go along with it. And I'm gonna go enjoy this meal, and I will put the macros right down there somewhere for you guys to check out. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat, and I'll be all right, guys. So here's my lunch. It's the one of the more substantial meals that I have of the day. Basically, I have 3 whole eggs here, 3 ounces of English cucumber. I also have another 90 grams of red and green leaf lettuce on here. The topping is buttermilk, creamy buttermilk dressing. And I cracked some pepper and salt on top of that. And I also doused it with some paprika. So this is pretty much my lunch right here. And as usual, the calories and macros will be below. So guys, basically you need to make sure that you get, you know, plenty of greens and stuff in when you're on a ketogenic diet, because if you don't, you can actually have some adverse side effects from the ketogenic diet by not getting enough fiber anyway. And plus the greens give you a lot of micronutrients that your body needs as well. Ain't a dang thing wrong with it. There's a lot of people who live by not eating it whatsoever, and they just eat nothing but fats and protein. Those are die-hard people. You know, they can do that all they want to, but I like my veggies, so I gotta have a lot of veggies. and there will always be a lot of veggies on my plate. As far as, you know, my salads and stuff, all of my meals are premeditated. At the beginning of the day, I'll get up and I'll start working around with my macros and how many calories I can have for the day. I try to shoot for around 18 to 1900 calories a day in my calorie range, guys. And then I just do my macros. They're out pretty much. I think it's like 30% protein, 65% fats, and 5% carbohydrates, somewhere around there. But that's what I do anyway. And I always try to get in as many greens and vegetables as I possibly can as well, that are lower in carbs and higher in fiber than most other vegetables. And I guess I got 1 or 2 more meals left for the day, and I will also show you those here later. Anyways, let me get to eating, because I'm a grown boy. And I did forget to add. I did add 1 mozzarella cheese stick in here. I cut it up into little dices, and I spread it out on there as well. Back in. All right, guys. This is my final major meal of the day. And basically, we got 8 ounces of chuck roast right here, guys. I got a large roast, and I cut it up into about 5 or 6 different servings. It seemed to be cheaper that way than actually buying steak, and it's actually pretty tender and decent. We've got 1 serving of chunky blue cheese, and we have some asparagus spears right here, guys. And I'll have the macros of that right at the bottom as well. And later, it's 5 o'clock, or actually it's 5:30, and this is dinner. And around 7 o'clock, I'll get hungry again, 7:30, and then I'll have a serving of these here roasted almonds with sea salt, and I'll have 2 servings of these baconettes, traditional pork rinds. I'll have 2 servings of those to fill out my calories for the night, and the macros, that will be right below as well. All right, guys, so that is it for today. Just wanted to let you guys follow me along for a full day of eating on the ketogenic diet. As you can see, it's pretty simple stuff, guys. You know, lots of fats, decent amount of protein. I'm getting some carbs, but mainly through vegetables and stuff like that, which is ideal for a ketogenic diet. Now, I'm not going to do ketogenic diet forever. It's not something that I want to live on forever. It's not sustainable for me to do constantly, because like I said, I do enjoy carbs. And I will, after a couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks to a month, after I feel that my body's close to being adaptive or is adaptive. People say there's all kinds of different numbers people say as far as time that it takes for you to get adapted. To me, it's just, I just go by feel, guys. I wake up in the morning, you know, just depends on how I feel. If it's usually 2 weeks, but sometimes it could take up to a month. But I always say at least 2 weeks, and sometimes to a month. I will then start eating carbs on the weekend as a carb up. It's called carb cycle, or it's carb cycling, I guess, too. But it's CKD, or cyclical ketogenic diet, and I will be doing that after I feel that my body has become close to being adapted to fat burning, and that'll help keep me from using, you know, the carbs for energy, and they'll just go straight to my muscles and help me with retaining and building muscle along the way as well. But anyways, guys, this was a full day of eating and a weigh-in. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next week. Y'all have a good one. Take care.